Morning and welcome back to New Day right here on TV3, and this is the legal desk, and as usual we have with us lawyer. I'm almost called you doctor. Not bad, is it? Sorry, counsel. Sorry. So lawyer Asamoah with us in the studio, and we're going to finish up our discussion on land litigation. So let's just do a quick recap because we're finishing up today. Let's just go through the various causes of land litigation.
Yes, okay. We are talking about the various parties that contribute to litigation. We have the state, particularly about compulsory acquisition.
Right.
We are saying that they should put everything right. When they don't want to use the land for the purpose that they acquired, they should revert it to the people officially. And then also,
when we talk about compulsory acquisition, that's when the state forcefully takes your land.
Use that word. Yes,
but they must compensate you.
They must compensate, and the compensation as per the state is not doing well at all.
Right.
So the state should rise up and pay compensation for the lands they compulsorily acquire.
Right. And I know that you cannot refuse to give your land up. That is compulsory.
Oh yes. I mean,
only they must compensate you and also use it for the purpose for which they acquired it for.
And the compensation must be prompt. It shouldn't be 10 years, 20 years. They've not paid up. That's not best.
Okay.
Eventually, it makes such land to lie fallow, and then people start encroaching on it, thinking that since we have not been compensated, we can sell it. But they don't have documents, and it eventually leads to multiple sale. It leads to various litigations.
Okay, and also when the state decides that they're not going to use the land anymore, they must give it back.
Yes.
And the original owners must be informed as well, so they can acquire their property back.
Yes.
Okay, what about the other parties?
Yes, then we talk about the family. That from the family dimension, we have problems, particularly about the size of land that the family can give out, but more essentially about who can sell the family land. All right, we are saying that land belongs to the family, but there's a particular person who is empowered to be able to sell. He must be the head of family, and such a person must be registered at the registry, so that anybody that they sell land to, the person can go and conduct a search and see the name of that person. Usually it is not done. And so if you conduct search on the family land, you won't see anything. All right, and then just in case they've done it and they've changed the head of family, either through death or anything, then they must go to the registry and change the name again. And then also they must make it very clear that the head of family is just a custodian. He's in charge of the family land on behalf of the family, so he does not sell alone. No matter what, a chief alone cannot sell land.
Okay, so even after you've done the investigation or the search at the registry, you must ascertain that whoever it is named there is the correct person. There must be witnesses, members of the family present.
Principal members of the family
to act as witnesses.
Yes, they must be there as witnesses to the transaction, so that tomorrow nobody else will go and bypass him and then sell the land. That's very important from the family angle. And then we talk about the state institutions. Yes, the state organs too. There's a number of loopholes in that area. The land registry, the survey department, town and country planning, the land title registry. All these people are supposed to play some role in land administration, but one way or the other they all have some challenges that does not make them do it very fast, and eventually it opens the land wide for litigation. And we are talking that they must check the abstract to reduce litigation.
So what can these state institutions do to reduce this disputes or discourses?
I think essentially they must act promptly. All right. For instance, if you want to register land, then it must be prompt. In other words, when you go there, then if it should take, for instance, search, you'll be surprised. Search that could take about 2 days, 1 week maximum. You could be conducting search for about a month, and unless, of course, you read somebody or do something informal, and they must be apt and doing to their way as to act promptly. As soon as, if it's a survey work, they must be able to survey the land very fast, so that transactions will be fast, and then people can know the real estate of the land. Yes, in terms of ownership.
All right. So the number to call is on the screen now, so you can call and put your questions across to lawyer Asamoah. I almost called you doctor again. We'd be happy to help you. Help you with all your questions. Okay. So after you've conducted the search at the registry, isn't it also won't it be good for you to do a physical investigation of the land?
Parties also through their inaction or omissions also cause or enhance litigation about land. When you want to buy land, in order to buy litigation, conduct a search. Many people do not conduct searches. Please conduct a search at the registry. At least make an attempt and see who the owner of the land is according to the books at the registry. And then also, it's appropriate to conduct physical search on the land. So that if you go to the piece of land, you see that, hey, somebody has put maybe sand, or stones. At least it tells you that
somebody's preparing to do something.
Yes, but I don't sit in Accra and buy land in maybe in Kufuridi or something, not seeing the land physically. you must inspect it. And sometimes you must go ahead because of the fraud that is so prevalent this time. Ask neighbors, okay, so that you know, just in case the person selling it to you, is he the right person to sell it to you?
Okay. So and also just to determine the right dimensions or demarcation of the land, because most of the time what is on ground is not necessarily what is on paper.
That means that the survey department must come in very fast, and people must know that buying land takes time. They must be patient and go through all these processes. It's not as a quick as just go pay, take the land. No, this is not a chattel, and so they must be patient and go through these processes so that they do not buy litigation as against land.
Okay, we've got our first caller on the line, calling from Ho. Good morning, Courage.
Yeah, morning. I'm calling from Ho.
Good morning. Please go ahead with your question.
Yeah, I just want to ask, what processes you have to go through when you really want to buy a land? Now that you said you shouldn't be in Accra buying a land in Kokorija, what are the rights? Where are you supposed to go to when you really want to buy? Should you go to land commission, or should you contact maybe the old people or the chiefs, or what are the rights and what procedure you have to go through when you want to get the land?
Okay, thank you very much, Courage. So I think he just basically wants to go through the steps of purchasing land. I think we did that a few weeks ago, but we can quickly take him through the steps.
Of course, you may identify the piece of land, see it physically, and then inquire as to who is the owner or which family, make contact with the family, and then when they give you a document, they must give you a site plan or an indenture showing their ownership. You must investigate that one. Normally, a lawyer can help you better to confirm whether the information on that document is appropriate. Then you go to the land registry to confirm that the indenture that you have is the same as what is at the land registry. Confirm that they have the land to sell, and then you come back and have a contract of sale with them. Then, of course, then you go on from that point. It's quite a lot of.
All right, Courage, I hope your question has been answered. Yes. But these are the basic steps.
Yes.
Okay, so you must insist on title documents as well.
That is it. And people think that you can just pay money and receive a receipt and it's enough.
So a receipt alone is not enough.
No. You must see title documents. People must check. The person must submit, because if he says the owner of land, then he must have something to show.
I think that's the problem these days. A lot of people just obtain receipts and they think that's it. But I paid money and he has given me a receipt. I'm the owner of the land. That's what people don't understand.
Exactly, because it's a lot more. We need more than just payment that I paid to this person. The person will collect the money, but he may not have title at all. Or if the land belongs to the family, he may not be the right person to sell it to you. So please, you must insist on title. Make sure that whoever is selling the land to you shows you documents. With these documents, investigate and see whether the particulars are there. The history of the acquisition of land is very important. It must be consistent.
The root of title.
We said the last time that there must be no gaps, or if there are gaps, it must be explained. All right, so then you check those things, and then you go on further to the registry and confirm. If not, well, you may still buy, but just know that it's a big risk, and then you may end up in court instead of having bought land.
Okay, we've got another caller on the lines now. Good morning, Alex. Hello, good morning, Alex.
Hello, morning. I just want to be the support for the news people are making, and a good effort to people before you can buy a land.
I'm sorry, Alex, we can't hear you very well. Can you please repeat that?
Okay. My effort on the news people have been
Alex, kindly do me a favor and turn down the volume of your television set.
All right.
Okay. All right then.
Oh, we lost him.
Oh, we lost him there, Alex. I'm sorry. We're getting feedback and couldn't quite hear you very well. Please do try and call back.
All right. Okay. So we are talking about people should inspect documents. Don't just receive receipt and say that it's enough. I paid him and giving him receipt. No, this is
land is different. It's not like going to the supermarket and buying a tin of milk.
Far more.
A receipt is just not sufficient.
No, not at all.
Okay.
Not at all. So you need to get documents and be able to investigate the documents and then prepare documents and make sure that as you give money, you receive a document in return. Okay, the conveyance must.
And what is that document that you must?
The conveyance.
In other words, an indenture.
Okay,
that's what a lot of people know.
The indenture, that is the transfer of land from the person to you, and it should happen at the time you are delivering the money. Okay. You don't pay money today and say I come for documents tomorrow. No, that's why we do the preliminary work.
Okay, Laura, please let's go to the Volta region now and speak to Cynthia. Good morning, Cynthia.
Good morning.
Please go ahead with your question.
Please, what if you want to buy the land and the witness that were around died? What will the person do?
That's a good one. Thank you very much, Cynthia. She wants to know if after you've purchased the land, the witnesses who witnessed the agreement have died. What do you do?
So that means that you bought the land, but later litigation
exactly,
arises.
And the witnesses are dead.
Ooh. Normally, and we'll go ahead with that one. Normally, as soon as you buy land, apart from the document, you must take possession.
That was my next question to you, actually.
So that if you take possession, then you are the owner. Now you are on the land, and then you have the documents. So if the witnesses, whoever gave it to you, the person who gave it to himself may die, at least you are there.
You are in possession.
And then you have the document, and the document should speak for you. Okay. Because if you go through what you said the last time, when you have the document, you must register the document yourself in your name. So whether the witnesses are there or not, there will be transfer from the owner to you, and your name will now be at the registry. So now the witnesses, whether being alive or dead, is not too much an issue to you anymore.
All right. Good morning, Mamia from Sakumono.
Good morning.
Please go ahead.
Please, I would like to talk to the lawyer.
Go ahead, please. He's listening.
Please, we bought the land from Lashidi, my husband and I, and it's like there's a man next to us who claims the land is for him. So we took the matter up. He's an ex-CID man. He called his people to stop us from working on the land. So we also took the matter up to the police headquarters. Investigation was done. And at the end, it came out that where his building is even does not belong to him, that we were holding the right documents. And when it came out, it's like accepting it is now difficult for him. And he went back to the police headquarters to inform them that he is also not accepting we are taking his land. So we were asked to bring the people who sold the land to us. And we did our investigation before buying the land. So we informed the chief and he said he's ready to go to that. But he will not go personally because chief does not move from where they are. They send delegates. Yeah.
Okay, thank you very much, Mami. I think we get the general draft of where you're heading. Thank you, lawyer.
Yes. When it comes to land, fraud, etc., crime, there is an aspect that our law, and for that matter, the police are not able to handle well. Now, the law makes it clear that in determining ownership of land, then it must be handled by the court. All right. So even if there is fraud, for instance, like she said, they went to the police headquarters, they could investigate and realize that no, it seems that this person owns it more. The police by themselves cannot certify that you are the owner.
So what is the duty of the police in this situation? Because right now you were saying the other day that there's a department of the CID for land matters, fraud, and so what do they do
now? But it's about fraud, but the ownership itself, whether A is the owner or
they
not,
cannot determine.
So it means that the matter must go to court first. I think it's an institutional.
So they just deal with the criminal aspect of it. If somebody gave you money or that kind of
yes, and fraudulent. And for instance, if now they told the man that look, we have done investigations, you are not the owner, so back off, and the man indeed backs off, then that's fine. But if the man insists that he is the owner,
because the police cannot tell you to back off,
determine that he is the owner or not, even though they may see the documents, they are not judges. So then that is an institutional breakdown. So that it means that almost all land cases must go to court. And you know the courts, we have problems there in terms of the delay and how long land cases can take. Sometimes 3, 4, 5 years.
So within the case of Mamea, what should she do? What is?
Well, then means that her next action is to go to court, because now, even though it's clear or obvious to the man that he is not the owner of that piece of land, he is insisting. Now the police too by themselves cannot now act because they can't determine by themselves that he is the owner or not. Land. So the matter must end up in court, and when it gets to court, you know.
Okay, we have a final caller, Sule. Good morning, Sule.
Good morning, madam.
Please go ahead with your question.
Is it possible that after making a search on a piece of land, and then at the end of the day, you are given a wrong physical position of the land?
Okay, thank you very much. So you want to know, after conducting the search, is it possible that the physical location of the land is wrong? Is that possible?
It should not be, because normally you should get the survey department involved. All right.
And there should be a site plan attached to it.
So you show the site plan, and if it gets to the survey department, they must also go to the land and confirm and certify your portion of the land. You know, maybe a person has maybe 10 plots, he's giving 2 plots to you. Eventually, that 2 plots must be reduced on a site plan, and that site plan is done by the survey department, they must go to the land and carve it out and confirm that by their records, this piece of land which belongs to Mr. A, part of it is being given to you, so that there should be no mistake.
Okay. So if you've conducted a proper search, this should not be possible.
Yes.
To have a physical location of the land.
What sometimes happens is that they take you, they give you the document, all right. You see that, this is the owner, like you are the owner of this piece of land at a particular location. But when they are taking you to the land itself, then they take you to a different place.
Okay.
All right. So and that's what we are talking about, the physical inspection of the land. Okay. Ensure that the land is what they say they are giving to you in the document.
Okay. Lawyer, we are running out of time, but quickly, before we go, can we just... Please do.
The possession aspect, that when people buy land, they must possess the land. It's so important.
It means you must go onto the land.
For instance, we have situations where some people buy 10 hectares, 100 acres. Look, if you buy 100 acres of land, you've paid for it, you have documents, but you're not able to reduce it into possession. That's under your control.
At least a wall or something, a fence, do something. Put sand or something, do some activity or something, or build a little hut or something on it.
Then your ownership is incomplete, and you are vulnerable to litigation because somebody will trespass and take part of your land.
Quickly, land gas. Can you say something about land gas?
The development of land gas is just an obvious breakdown in our legal system. It means that people have lost faith in courts, because if the court system were working well, whereby you have a land case, you can rush to court and get remedy, then there's no need for land gas. But the court itself, there's a problem. We'll talk about the court itself next week and how to get
unfortunately, we've run out of time. Thank you very much, Lawyer Samoa. And if you have many more questions for him, you can reach him on 027-5422-101. That is 027-5422-101, or on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Nisi Consults, and that is NISSICONSULT. That's it for Legal Desk.